I knew a guy in high school got a toothbrush allegedly put up his butt. On the
That's not rape, right?
That's not rape. That's just good old.
That's sodomy. That's at least sodomy.
You're fucking. You sound like a male feminist.
That's at least sodomy.
Yeah, rape him.
When I might rape.
Now, see, get
sick.
It's all. It's
episode 48. Our first black guy. We ended up raping him.
It's all come back around. He thought I was gay. Then he wants me to be gay. Then he wants me to be bisexual. He just wants to rape me. This is what
we're
it comes down.
We're like the one guy from Boogie Nights who invites Mark Wahlberg into his show. He's like, jerk off me, fucking queer. I'll fucking kick your ass.
I like how this turned into like an episode like the movie Deliverance. Like he's like, we gonna rape him. We just
lured you into the woods.
Matt kind of just went right. He was like, you ever give a good old rape?
Yeah, and then you got brought in. He sold you on that one.
That was a quick sell. That's good. If you could say good old in front of anything, I'm in.
Yeah.
There's some bad ones I could say.
Yeah, there's some bad lynchings coming into this. But yeah.
No, it's like somebody approached me and was like, would you like to lynch that guy? I'd be like, whoa, man, take it easy. He came out and was like, how about a good old lynch? And I'm like, that sounds great.
I like how Shane said. I wish y'all could see his face because Shane will say something like, "Oh, when you put good old in front of something, man, I'm down for it." Then you can see him process. Ooh, this is a slippery one. I got it, and then he's like, "I gotta write it out. I gotta fucking write it out."
Right. I knew I wouldn't hate you, Stoya. I knew if I got you down here, we talked it out, had a good old talk.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, it is. What are we at time-wise?
We're 50 minutes.
50?
Yeah, 50.
Oh man, look at that.
But
Time.
I'm gonna give you a little teaser. I'm gonna try to get my friend on too, who was in jail.
Oh, nice.
And he talked about a little male rape, dude.
Oh no.
He said, "Yeah, that's."
Oh no.
You get a lot of people who say, "Look, doesn't really happen in
That
jail."
happens.
He was like, "Yeah, it totally does."
Yeah.
And there was one guy who so it's like this dude was getting continuously raped, and they also his cellie wouldn't let him shit in their cell.
Oh.
So if you're deemed a bitch, everyone knows you're a prison bitch. No one will let you shit in any of the toilets. So this guy had to shit down the shower drain and mash it down with his.
Oh
boxer.
my god.
All right, save these stories.
Yeah.
So I think our.
But I'm just giving you a little teaser, dude.
Yeah, hopefully our next guest, or eventually, is going to be Matt's good friend from prison.
My childhood friend. Well, not my friend. I didn't go to prison, but he did go to prison.
Yeah.
Y'all weren't friends like that.
Yeah,
Y'all weren't
that.
close
When
friends.
you're fucking complaining, at least you're not shitting down the shower drain.
And mashing it with your fucking hand, bro. Like you gotta get you get clean, you get dirty again, and you gotta get clean. You only get like 5 minutes in there anyway.
I was like, it's not like that, really. He's like, well, it's not that much, but I know this one guy, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I know the worst story you've ever heard. Yeah, my uncle was a prison warden, and my cousins worked there. Like they helped with like the infirmary and stuff. In the infirmary, they would come in with like, first off, every type of fucking AIDS.
Sure.
Because this is just.
This is
like,
we're anally fucking.
This is like 90s.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Before the waterfalls video.
This is well before everybody stopped because of the waterfall. But like, they would like. There was this one guy who first, and they all had diabetes at this. Like they were all fucked from just the
AIDS
shit.
and diabetes.
They had everything. And this one guy was like. He would get fucked so much that like his cell was like it was just a revolving door of dudes going in and out. And he wasn't getting fucked like he was gay at that point. Like he had fucking adopted the fucking crop top.
Yeah. What's how he's gonna survive?
Shoes and shit.
That's one way to pass the time in jail.
No, he's gonna survive that way.
He got AIDS. He died.
Oh well.
Okay.
He did not survive.
He had the worst death. Imagine you get fucked in your butt to death
on a steel, not even a comfortable
in jail
pillowy bed as you should.
From a disease.
Yeah. It's one thing getting fucked in the butt in like a comfortable like pillow top, but this is like a metal bench.
And you know what? You want to know how disrespectful this is? I bet you no one put their foot on his head as a show of like compassion and romance.
We're talking to one of those guys that was fucking that was raping an AIDS guy in prison, and you were like, "Put your foot on his head." He'd be like, "Dude, what's wrong with you?" He'd look at you
like, I'm not a monster.
Are you a fucking psycho? No.
Well, if you had a life sentence, that's not a bad short ticket out. Just fuck the AIDS guy. Catch the fucking bug.
Shitty way out is AIDS.
Catch the bug, yeah, but it takes a good fucking 15 years off your.
Yeah, but if you got shit meds, like HIV is gonna turn. Yeah.
Back then there wasn't that many. I think that was a quick death.
Yeah, because it was still post Reagan America, so you weren't really access to like drugs.
I love
and
Ronald
stuff.
Reagan.
I know you do.
No,
but,
I don't give a fuck.
Well, your dad does. I know your dad man.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Dying of AIDS in jail is probably one of the worst ways to die.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Just catching the bug in jail, being like, I'm gonna get out. I'm like, yeah, I caught the bug.
I watched 30 for 30 on Tommy. You remember the Rocky 5?
Yeah.
Was it Tommy?
Tommy
Gunn?
Tommy Gunn, yeah.
What's his last name?
Tom Morrison. Tommy
Yes.
Morrison. Yeah.
Did you watch that 30 for 30?
Yep.
Oh.
And he denied having AIDS till he died, and it was so
he
obvious.
got AIDS, accepted that he had AIDS.
Yep.
And then started reading that he's like, they're just trying to fuck me. Because he was a heavyweight boxer.
Uh-huh.
He was pretty good.
He was pretty good. He actually won the WBO world
Yeah.
title, knocked out Razor Ruddock, who was
Yeah.
who was a dude on the rise. Like Tommy Morrison was legit, and then but his only problem that he was like a sexual beast, so he was one of them country boys. Didn't believe in condoms, didn't believe in none of that stuff. He thought that was pussy shit. He's like, men fuck without condoms.
He was
Hell
a
yeah.
man, actually.
He was-
He
yeah.
was
Yeah.
a fucking beast.
Yeah.
So,
Then he got AIDS, and then he was like, I don't have it.
Yeah, he literally
it was thought you were gay if you had it.
Well, he initially, when he got diagnosed with it, because he had to get blood tests for a fight.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I do have AIDS.
yeah.
But then when he got a little older, he got a little fucking crazier.
Yeah.
Yes,
He got,
What-
his life got depressing.
It got
as
really shitty.
fuck.
I think he took a
Yeah.
second test. He claimed to have taken a second test, but he claimed to have took a second test.
What's
And
going
they
on?
said, oh, what came back negative. So I must have gotten a false positive. And then there was like all these, because I remember, because I'm a huge boxing dude, and I remember just seeing pictures of him as time would progress. Because he said, I don't have AIDS, nothing's wrong with me.
Yeah.
So he'd still be working out feverishly and doing, so he would keep in good shape. But as the disease progressed along, he'd get more and more gaunt and skinny, and but he'd show up to all these like boxing deals and take pictures with all these guys, and like, yeah, I'm here with the former champ.
Yeah.
And then he'd be like this, and like he's skin and bone.
So he just started
Yeah.
fighting with like featherweights and stuff.
No,
He-
he didn't
like,
fight.
they-
He
they
wasn't
were-
allowed to fight.
he wasn't allowed to fight.
Drop weight classes and started
Didn't he
dominating.
go to like, I think he did fight though.
He did fight, he had one more fight.
In like out of country,
Yeah.
like weird.
Yeah, he won.
He was trying to do shit.
Yeah, he
So
won.
he was fighting with
I think he
AIDS.
started wearing black eyeliner at
Yep.
the end. It looked like he was
There you
wearing
go.
like black
Yep.
eyeliner. He was a weird.
That's appropriate.
He fell apart, dude.
I think he just couldn't come to grips with it, and even when he
Yeah.
died, they tried to give some excuse. His mom eventually did say, like, it was complications from you know what.
Oh, because I think it was on his death certificate, heart attack.
Yeah.
Because from the AIDS.
From complications. AIDS doesn't kill you; it just makes
Yeah,
you
it gives you
susceptible
something else,
to
yeah.
die from
He
anything.
got like a bug bite while he was in jail for drugs.
He got a heart attack.
And the bug bite, because his immune system was shot, just fucked him up.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ!
And then
He had no T cells.
and then his friend went over to the house to visit him, and he like saw him sitting on the couch, and he was like, "What's wrong with Tommy?" That his wife, who was a lunatic, was like, "Ah, it's a bug bite." And he looked at him, he was like, "No, he's dying of AIDS.
Yeah.
He's dying right
He's
now.
dying
of AIDS."
as we speak.
And he died like a day later.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh man. So, just to change subjects from you raping old men, did you see Liza Schlesinger? What she said? I think it was Eliza. I'm right there.
Who is that? Like,
It's a
what's-
lady comic in LA,
Okay.
and apparently she. Here, hold on. Take a break for a
Yeah,
second so
take
I
a
can
break.
bring this up.
Definitely. Bumba.
All right,
Back,
so
baby.
it was Eliza Schlesinger, and she said, "I could walk into the Improv, close my eyes, and I can't tell one girl's act apart from the other."
Damn.
That's not saying that 30-something white guys don't all sound the same sometimes. Fuck it. But I'm banging my head against the wall because women want to be treated as equals, and we want feminism to be a thing. But it's really difficult when every woman makes the same point about her vagina over and over again. I think I'm the only woman out here that has a joke about World War II in my set.
Damn. Suck it.
Suck our dicks.
Hell yeah.
That's what Eliza Schlesinger says.
I wrote that shit for her.
Yeah, dude. We
No, dude, that's good.
The podcast is now brought to you by fracking.
Eliza
Eliza
Schlesinger.
Schlesinger.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
White supremacists.
Trainwreck Publications.
Fueled by white supremacists.
Yeah.
But
Dude,
no,
that's fucking hilarious.
She said that. She told the truth.
Yeah.
And now every single female comic's like,
Yeah. You're just trying to get support and selling us
Yeah.
out. It's girls like you. They call them female misogynists.
Yeah.
So if you don't agree with women, that you're a female misogynist and you're just co-opted by men. It's like, or maybe
Or maybe she's exactly right.
Mhm.
And if you walked into a comedy club and a 30-something, particularly for me,
Dude.
20-something-year-old white chick was on stage,
you did it yesterday.
it would be the easiest thing in the world. Oh, that comedy?
We were
Oh my
watching.
God.
We were watching a show.
It's about like babysitting or something like that.
It's on Comedy
It's on
Central.
Comedy Central. Within the first fucking
God.
before I hit play on the pilot episode, I was like, "This is what's going to happen."
I
This
witnessed
episode.
this.
This show is going to be about one chick who's acting cool and fucking bro-like.
Uh-huh.
That's comedy now. Is
Yeah.
women acting like bro men.
Yeah.
That are like, fuck yeah, I'm here for two things. I'm here to get fucked up and get some dick. Are you with me, you bitch?
Do you know what's weird? I noticed this. A lot of times when there's someone who has a problem with an other population, they start emulating that population.
Yeah.
It's bizarre. It's happened forever. But anyway, go ahead. But that's there. They're like, guys are disgusting. And you have all these girls like, I'm trying to get some dick. I don't give a fuck. Fuck my pussy.
I'm a guy. It's like, don't fucking relax.
Yeah. It's like, well, no, but.
And I was like, also, there's definitely going to be a rap slow-mo of them partying. Sure enough.
It was actually.
Like, instant.
I'm going to say it was almost
Within
in the
3
order.
minutes of what I said was going to happen in that show, it happened.
And it happened in the order,
Yeah,
which was
in the order.
the
It was
most
insane.
eerie part. Because
And
it
I
was like.
and there's going to be a cool Asian.
Yeah, and there was.
Bam.
There was. And there was.
It's crazy.
Holy fuck. Because the opening scene was her on a horse or whatever.
Yeah, her on a
being
horse
like,
walking up to the cops.
I'm drunk.
And she was like, she had a bottle of fucking rum, and
Yeah.
she was all fucked up on a horse, and these two cops were sitting there, and she's like, how much does sex cost? I want to fuck you guys.
Yeah.
And it was like, fuck.
And there's a bunch of girls in her like,
Next.
oh my god, that's so us. Oh, my god.
we get crazy.
Like, nah. It's like, okay. Yeah.
No,
You get
so
crazy.
I watched,
You sit outside crying, calling your ex-boyfriend,
Yeah.
like, happy to us.
none of them actually have a real friend.
That's the dark side.
None
Dude,
of them are friends.
that's the dark
They would
side.
all sell each other out for a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Uh,
Fuck her.
yeah,
I love the Phillies. Fuck her. I love the Phillies. We were talking one time to these girls, and they were literally like, yeah, blah, blah, the Phillies. And it was like me and my brothers, and they were like, we love the Phillies. And I was like, I fucking hate baseball. And they're like, yeah, it's kind of boring. Like, literally, same breath. And I was just like, all right.
Yeah, girls that identify with sports it's a sad bunch.
Problematic.
But I watched the movie Neighbors, and that was about the frat guys that lived next to Seth
Was
Rogen.
that Zac Efron? Yeah.
It was shitty, but it was all right. It's whatever. And then they made a new one that was about a sorority,
Yeah.
and it was everything you'd imagine it was. It was like the white guys that were like, whoa, these girls are crazy. And the girls being like, we love to get fucked up and weed, yo. There was a fucking Asian girl in that her whole character was just basically blackface.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
that's what it is.
Holy
dude.
shit.
It's like you put on a fucking snow hat that says NWA on it. You're a fucking Asian chick, and you're like, yeah, bitch. It's like, dude, what's going on here?
Dude, that's fucking.
I don't know.
Gwen Stefani ruined cool Asians for me. Every time,
Really?
if I see like a
yeah.
hip hop Asian, I'm like, oh, Gwen Stefani backup dancer every single fucking time. She was like chilling with nothing but like
Yeah, it's a sick move.
breakdancing Asians for a while. That's a weird phase
That's
to go
a
through.
move. That's a fucking power move, dude.
Yeah, I guess.
If my posse was just straight up, just fucking
That's true.
breakdancing Asian women,
That's good point.
that'd be awesome.
They took her to the top.
They did. Bananas.
My shit is bananas. Yeah.
That was number one.
Wow.
All you need is a couple of Chinese dancers.
Good Chinese dancers. Put them in the fucking Puff Daddy and Mace suits and let them spin around you. This has nothing to do with it. Well, it sort of does, but I was in Walmart recently, and I was looking for glass Tupperware, and I'm like, you've been in Walmart, you try to ask people, like, do you know where this
Yeah.
is? And it's just like, you might as well just fucking, like, you know,
You might as well
just close
slap
your
them.
eyes. You might as well close your eyes and spin and point, like, I'll
Yeah,
go this
yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah.
Fucking, there's this Asian lady, I look at her, and I'm like, she doesn't know it. And I'm like, oh, don't assume. Just go ask
Yeah.
her. And I'm like, do you guys have glass Tupperware? And she was like, a glass? And she literally put fingers, like, you can't see it, but she, like, when someone pretends to have glasses with their fingers by circling around their eyes, she's like, glasses? And I was just like, fucking,
I see it.
never mind. And I just walked away. Someone looked at me kind of like, what the fuck? And I'm like, dude, there's no.
Yeah, there's.
I'm asking about Tupperware, and she's doing the fucking.
You could scour the entire store row by row by the time you broke down that language barrier with that fucking lady.
She literally covered her eyes. It was like, glasses? And I was like, all right, I'll see you. I just turned around.
Yeah.
I was like, and just walked away.
Yeah, but anyway, back to
Yeah.
Liza Schlesinger. That's a great story.
Glasses?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, glasses.
I was like, no. I literally turned around and was like, all right.
We have a TVs in the back. Get the TV.
So everyone's fucking jumping up her
So
ass
yeah,
right now?
everybody is. They're like, fuck Eliza Schlesinger.
Why?
Because she said women tell pussy jokes. Remember when Matt Stone did that? When Trey Park, like South Park, did that for an
Dude,
entire
in
season?
South Park, that
and all
was
these
so
little
funny.
motherfuckers shut up because they're great, and they
Yeah.
were all like, "I love South Park."
Yeah.
Same thing. I mean, she said the same thing.
But they're like, we need solidarity out here, and it's
Yeah.
girls like you.
It's a lot of
And
bad female comics talking shit too.
Of course it is, dude.
But whatever.
That's all they have. All they
That's
have
what
is that
happens,
bullshit.
Is if somebody tells the truth,
Mm-hmm.
they get fucking crushed. That's
It's
what
true.
happened. She told the fucking truth. Everyone was like, "That's not true at all."
Yeah, it is. Every time. It's
Yeah.
like abortion. I get drunk. I'm an
I
alcoholic.
get catcalled.
Oh my god. I get catcalled.
If you watch a female comic that's under the age of 30, under the age of 35, she will talk about getting
She
catcalled.
has to. That's, dude, I'm
You
telling
have
you.
to have a catcall
That's
joke.
the new arms race. Is like, how many little victim buttons can I
Oh,
put on my
yeah.
chest? Just like,
Oh yeah.
it is. It's like, immigrant.
I'm an immigrant.
I'm queer. I'm a
catcalled.
lesbian. I'm a
But
girl.
also trying to make yourself black.
Yeah.
Within all those, black.
That's the ultimate. Dude, no, I was actually, it was funny because I was on a date with this girl and she was a gender studies major and she was trying to tell me like, I was like, you don't understand with stand up, and I was telling her like, guys now, younger guys, the further they can push themselves from like being masculine, the better it is for them.
Oh, for
like
sure.
when they go up there and they're like, my dad's like, like mows the lawn, and I'm just like not, and it's like, she's like, so you're telling me that society doesn't appreciate your white masculinity? And I was like, I'm not talking about society, I'm talking about stand-up comedy.
Yeah,
and
stand-up
she was
comedy.
just like, and there's all of her shit was just
Yeah,
getting crushed.
Well, here's the thing though. Stand-up comedy comedians
Mhm.
appreciate that. But then go to a crowd.
Yeah,
A crowd still appreciates masculinity.
true.
So if you go up there and you're like,
Yeah,
crowd's gonna hate that shit.
true, the
But
average
if you go
person.
up like me, like a fucking true alpha, talk about how you're the fucking man,
yeah,
how you fucking dominate everything.
100%.
Crowds, encore,
They,
bravo.
they love it, dude. Well, it's just
Bravo.
their nature to be like, well, this is our new leader. This guy's in charge
What
now.
does this guy say? He's drunk? With fingers? Nice. This guy's telling the truth. I'm a real truth teller up there, dude.
That's all you can do.
Black guys have bigger dicks than white guys. Major truth teller.
Major truth, dude.
A lot of people are afraid to step on. So, Elijah Schlesinger, by the way.
Oh, what happened, dude?
Nothing. Nothing happened. Just
No,
people
she told the
complaining.
truth and a bunch of fucking
She told
girls
the
are mad.
truth. They got upset. That's the world we live in, dude.
Unbelievable.
What the fuck was I
This
saying?
is just fucking catered to the weak. That's
It's
all.
fucking liberal.
It's, dude, it's been going on forever. It's
Nonsense.
just people who don't have shit and feel slighted being like, we gotta take down the authority. And it's like, all right, do that. And then what happens? You guys run shit and everything goes amok and a bunch of people die and then the alphas rise again. That's
Yeah, yeah.
It's happened throughout history.
Damn, Jordan Peterson.
Look up, it's called a Pareto distribution, dude. Look it up. 90% of the people, or 10% of the people pump out 90% of the
this
goods.
is what, in regards to like Elijah Schlesinger, she just told the truth. In her mind,
Uh-huh.
that was the truth.
It is.
And
But yeah, to her mind, she's
And-
allowed to say that.
and people freak out about it and talk shit to her and like, but if I'm an idiot, blah, blah, blah. And then like, we see this where we're presented with something we know is true,
Yes.
and because of the current climate, we have to be like, no, that's not true. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
And-
double talk. It's double talk.
Yeah, it's 1984, dude.
It totally
It's 2
fucking
plus
is.
2 equals 5.
100% is.
Like, right now, particularly in comedy, being Muslim is cool.
Yeah.
If you talk about any other fucking religion, if you made a fucking web series about being Catholic, it would get destroyed.
Oh, no one would watch
It
it.
would get stoned.
It would get
It would
stoned,
get
dude.
fucking stoned to death
It
and
would.
drug away on a fucking Toyota.
It would get beheaded live on TV.
It would get tossed off the building for being gay. It would, if you made a Catholic web series, it would end up shooting up a bunch of Parisians.
Parisian cartoonists.
You would, yeah, you would end, if you made a cartoon about it. All right, you get it. But no, there's like if you make a web series or a show about Islam, or you do stand up about Islam,
Mhm.
about how devout you are, people are like, yes, this is beautiful. But if you make one about Christianity, they're like, what's wrong with you, you fucking idiot? God's not real.
You know what's weird, though? Everyone was defending those cartoonists after they got shot.
Yeah.
And you don't see many cartoons like that coming out, and no one really demanded
Oh,
them. If
no,
you
that
drop
shit
like
works.
an anti-Muslim cartoon, people will be like, come on, man, what's going on?
Oh,
Like, you don't see a lot of Muslim satire.
yeah, because you get beheaded.
True. So, it's like...
no, don't get me wrong, it's effective. Same reason.
No,
there's
I'm not agreeing with it. I'm saying it's weird that, like,
that it
now
worked.
not only is, like, you can't really draw cartoons now, it's like, Now it's everyone's like, yeah, everyone knows it's the best, and it's like, dude, wait, what the fuck's going on right now?
What? Yeah.
Like now Islam's the best. It's like, it seems like these dudes blowing shit up's kind of working. I don't know. That's just how that's like, dude, like when this shit becomes so cool.
In America, right now, it's cool to be persecuted.
Okay, that's true.
And Muslims are persecuted by ignorant people saying shit like you just did.
I'm just making sure my freedom's still intact, dude.
You better. They're trying to tread on you right now.
I know, dude. I don't have this fucking snake on my arm for nothing.
Oh, baby.
Don't fucking tread on me,
Do
dude.
not.
My brother knows. He told me one time.
What did he tell you?
He made fun of me for my tattoo. He's like, don't tread on that. And I was like, fuck you, dude. Instantly wanted to take an iron and just burn it off. Like, fuck.
Don't tread on Matt.
He doesn't like to be treaded on.
I wouldn't tread on you. Hopefully
can't?
this fucking 20-year-old lady
She can
treads on you tonight.
I'll let her tread.
She's gonna tread. She better tread lightly though. You've been joking.
No, I haven't been joking.
You haven't?
I'm
You're
fucking.
joke up
I'm
for this
20-year-old
date,
friendly
dude?
right now. No.
Yeah, you're 20-year-old friendly.
Can't break him off with a joke right away.
You might not be. You might want to joke. To
I
catch
gotta
up,
hit her with the door wedge first, dude. Then I'll joke it up.
the door. The old wedge breaker, dog.
The old wedge.
Yeah, but that's what it is. In America, if you're Muslim, you're still persecuted for sure. I mean, not like.
By morons, yes. There's fucking
Yeah.
total. I mean, there was. That was a terrorist hunting permit, so it doesn't count.
No, fuck no.
But like, yeah, there's definitely people being like, "Fuck you, Obama," blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I used to watch little black kids do it in delis. It was hilarious.
Talk shit. Well,
They'd
they're
go
the
in-
meanest people on earth.
They go in and the thing and be like, "What's up, Obama? Give me my money." Then they steal 2
Osama.
candy bars. Osama, yeah,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
bad. Like, "What's up, Osama?" Then like steal 2 fucking candy bars and be like, "Fuck you," and walk away.
stuff.
Cool, fuck you.
No, fuck you.
Then his son did a stand-up special and was like, "Yo, fuck this, yo."
Oh,
Yeah, my dad
yeah,
is
we
in.
did talk about it because I remember.
That's the thing.
Right.
Nobody ever wants to talk about how, especially like everyone. Like, I watched minorities be so insanely racist to each other, to where it's like you're gonna act like you guys are this like fucking band of
Oh, yeah,
brothers
there's
now.
a
It's like
team.
get the fuck out of here,
There's
dude.
a team.
Dude,
You know
Koreans.
how Asians and black people love each other?
Yeah, dude.
It's a
and-
good team.
Yeah, and how fucking Koreans love Chinese
Yeah.
people and love Japanese. They fucking.
That's why the thickest bulletproof glass on earth is behind a fucking Korean deli in the hood. dude.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, they're not out there like
Yeah.
my brother,
Oh, my baraka
my brother.
Please, come in here.
Well, you don't
and
see. There's not a Korean comedian up there being like, "Oh my brother, brothers." They're
No.
sitting there like, "Oh, to count the money at twice." I had a dude tell me that. I used to go to Tamika's lounge to pick money up and they deliver beer and they'd be like, "Count the money, a very shitty peepers."
Oh, you're saying that about black guys? Yeah, I mean, fucking ask an African about black guys.
Well, he was shot and stabbed, so he had a.
He had a good. I mean, he had
But,
a good.
you know,
yeah,
he had a 40 deli.
Sometimes hate's instilled in you.
He was selling 40s in the hood. He got stabbed. It's like so. Oh boy, we're live.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. It worked, huh?
Holy
Oh my
shit,
God.
dude! I don't know how you did that.
It worked. You got my video on? No. Video?
No.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
All right. Oh, it's the future. It's the future. 1 second. Are we on now? Are we like live on?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
could be live.
Like we're live? Like is it actually happening or?
It's happening, dude. It's happening.
Before the show? Is this
Huh?
before the show? Like is this that moment?
It's up to
You
you,
know
dude.
that you know the moment where like you call into a show and you're just okay, we're gonna start now, and then that part's not in the show later. Is that this part or is
Yeah.
it actually the show? Like,
This
are
is the
people
show.
listening now? This is the show. Oh, hey guys, how are you?
Good. How you doing, man?
Well, good to be here. Yeah, thanks for having me on. I'm just well, you know, I'm how am I doing? Let me just really think about that for a second, because
That's a question.
that's also normally one of those questions on phone and radio shows and stuff. How you doing? And it's like, yeah, pretty good. And then you start talking. But I'm actually going to think about that for a second because I'm not really sure how I'm doing, to be honest with you. Because I haven't left my house in a week, and I'm pretty worried about the pandemic that's going on. I'm a little worried about that. How are you, Shane? Good to see you, man.
I'm good, man. I'm not too worried. I'm out here traveling.
Yeah, you're not worried. Yeah, I thought maybe that might be the case. Judging by the campfire on the beach that I saw, and, you know, the government puts out a stay-at-home, do not go outside order. Do not go to the beach. You go light a campfire.
Look, it's very, very secluded.
Yeah.
I'm staying away. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm not touching anybody. We're very secluded.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, you're not in the epicenter right now. You're out in
Yeah.
where are you? South
I'm in-
Carolina.
Yeah, I'm in South Carolina. fucking around.
Yeah, this is crazy. I'm in Los Angeles at home, and it's one of those things where I'm taking this pretty seriously because I've been reading everything on the internet. I've been reading everything. I've been reading everything. Like everything I've been reading. And so if you read everything on the internet, one day you can be feeling like, oh, it's just a flu, no big deal.
Exactly.
And then the next day you're terrified. But the more I read, the more I realize that we're supposed to be terrified right now. This is not just a flu. And I've been, 3 days before the whole thing went down, where they told everybody to not leave their houses. No, sorry, 3 weeks before. Did I say 3 weeks before? I stocked up my pantry with my kitchen. Let me use the word pantry, so I sound really Canadian, so I got some sardines here. I'm not sure how much of the video portion of this gets used on the show.
We're gonna use it.
All
yeah,
of it, dude.
so I've got sardines. So sardines are a high source of protein, which is good. I'm not sure if I should be showing off my sardines, because when the looting starts, this is the first place they're going to come for my delicious sardines. But
you have weapons?
I don't like talking about all that kind of stuff. But let's just say I'm ready for anything up here.
Fuck yeah, dude.
We've got collard greens,
Nice.
which is
chill.
We've got some chili here. It's good to have lots of non-perishable items. Rice is important to have. Lots of rice. I was worried I was going to run out of rice if this thing goes on for a couple of years. So I ordered a 10-pound bag of rice on Amazon the other day. And the thing that's interesting is I actually have never used Amazon until this whole thing started, which is weird. I'm not a boomer. I'm a Generation X. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
not a boomer.
are you going to eat what are you going to do with all the canned goods if this turns out to just be the flu? Are you going to eat those sardines?
No, it's not the flu. It's not the flu.
Okay.
Dr. Tom Green, are you sure it's not the flu?
Yeah, I know. Yes, I am 100% sure now. And I think it's important. I think it's important to convey that to our friends and followers and fans on social media, because at the end of the day, when this is all over, you want your fans, and followers, and friends to do well, and we don't want them to get sick. And so there's some things I'm trying to not kind of joke around about, because I'm really kind of feeling worried about everybody in this country and Canada and around the world right now. So, yeah, but not to bring the mood down.
Sure, no, absolutely.
Not trying to bring the mood down, but sometimes I think if you sort of base these conversations on a foundation of seriousness, it actually kind of raises the level of attention that people might be given to what we're talking about here. So back to the sardines, but no, it's,
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
No, I agree, and I was telling Matt yesterday, like I'm usually like I wake up scared of it, and then I'm scared all day, and then I'll start drinking, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm untouchable.
Yeah.
And then I wake up in the morning hungover like I did today, and I read about how you have to like lay on your stomach for a week at a time, so to not lay on your lungs, and they just pump oxygen into you for weeks until you either die or get better.
Yeah. Not
and then
only
we're gonna run out of beds.
Yeah, and not only is that horrible, but like even if you don't really get those kind of symptoms yourself, the older people and people that are compromised, we don't want to be spreading that around. So I'm actually looking at it as a sort of if I'm going to put any sort of layer of optimism on it, I'm looking at it as kind of a strange sort of unfortunate opportunity to be able to just stay home and play on my computer all day.
What do you got going on your comp?
Well, you know, I do a lot of, I make hip hop beats, basically.
Nice.
I make
That's right.
I make dope hip hop beats, and I've been recording my podcast as well. So I launched a podcast. I relaunched my podcast last week, and I'm doing one every day, and I'm taking calls and talking about the pandemic that we're going through right now. So it's weird though. Do you guys find that that it's sort of like you kind of can't believe that it's happening a little bit?
Oh, total.
Like, yeah, I mean, we know it's happening, but then you can't believe it. I think it's like, depending on how much you really believe that it's going to be, you know, Stephen King's The Stand, basically. Have you seen that movie or read the book?
I read the book, yeah.
Yeah, where everybody basically, you know, it sort of feels a bit like that to me. Like, I think that my head takes me to this place where I'm prepared for that. Like, I have enough food here probably to last me. I have enough food to last me for a month, but I started getting nervous and realizing that that's not going to be enough to get through this. So I ordered this 10-pound bag of rice on Amazon, so I could probably last a year. If you have rice, beans, and corn, that is a completely balanced diet. You could live off that alone. So I'm gonna try to get about a year's supply of food. I'm gonna put back in the garage, just in case this thing really drags on. But the thing that's interesting, Shane, the thing that
this rules, by the way. I'm so happy. I was like, what the fuck are we gonna talk about? I'm like, in my head, I was eating Cheerios this morning. Like, I wonder if he ever hung out with Fred Durst.
Oh yeah. I know Fred. Yeah, Fred's great. Fred actually left a comment on one of my posts that I made on my Instagram last night about a hip hop track that I'm working on.
Oh,
so that was
sick!
pretty cool.
That'd be
Yeah,
fucking awesome.
He said butter, so he thinks it's like butter. Yeah. So which is cool. But no, the thing is, because I've never. No, it's okay. The thing is, because I've never really ordered off Instagram before, and now I'm starting to get these packages that are starting to arrive. It's exciting. It's kind of like I'm waiting for Christmas every day.
Are you worried they're contaminated?
I am. I don't. So this is the process. So no, I am. No, and that's a very real thing, by the way.
No. I'm
gotta let them sit for like
laughing
48 hours.
Yeah. You order this shit, but then you can never use it. You just leave it out there on the porch. No, well, one of the things I realized is I didn't have enough cleansers, so I didn't have enough Clorox and rubber gloves and all the things that you need to decontaminate stuff. So then I get in sort of a catch-22 situation because I've ordered the rubber gloves, but I don't have rubber gloves. So how do I get the rubber gloves out of the rubber glove packaging without the rubber gloves? You see what happened? So I just sort of basically picked it up with some like tongs, and I put it in the garage, and it's just sitting in the garage for a few days until I can get access to the cleansers that I got. I've got a little cleanser left, so I've got a little bit of cleanser left.
Dude,
and actually,
you are 100% gonna survive.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My first order of cleanser, by the way. Look. I'm gonna because you guys are my friends, and you know I want your your listeners to have all the information. This right here is the shit, man. This right here. Okay.
You can drink
Is that
that.
your product?
Yeah. This right here, man. Yeah. No,
Yeah, you
it's
can
not
drink
just. No, it's not just because it's my name, but it's because this is not an official endorsement or anything like that. But this shit, man, is the stuff that kills the virus. This does more so than Lysol. That is the best stuff.
Do you think our listeners should just take a shot of that if they don't feel good?
You know,
My friend drank it one time.
Like if you feel really, really, really bad,
Yeah, and you need a way out.
then take a shot of it. Yeah.
Damn, dude.
But no, I'm cleaning the packaging, and then I'm letting it sit for 2 days, and then I'm getting into it. Unfortunately, I don't need anything right now. The supplies that I have coming right now are essentially restock for a month from now when I start to running out of my initial emergency supplies. So, but I don't know. I think maybe you got this dialed in the right way, Shane. I think just sitting down in South Carolina, and drinking on the beach, I think that's probably a better way to go than all this bullshit I'm going.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, either way, I'm definitely taking precautions, and it's funny how much it like definitely is in my head. Like I have like, for some reason, I've been having very anxiety-ridden dreams.
Yeah,
like,
we're in a pandemic.
I'll be watching movies. Matt has it, by the way. Matt's been coughing a lot.
No, everyone in my house had it.
He refuses to get tested.
My daughter got swabbed. She has metanoma virus. It's a cold. We all got a close call.
All right. Well, yeah.
We have like
be
number
safe.
4 on the totem pole of diseases right now. We're good though.
Yeah, yeah. Are you isolating? Are you taking your daughter and putting her in a room for 2 months and just, tossing granola bars into her and
No, we all have it. So we're all
asking how she's. Yeah. Okay. Well, be careful and monitor that. Have you checked for fever? Is it a dry cough?
Nope.
He broke his
Very productive cough. I had a fever myself. I took a hot bath and got myself up to 100 degrees and killed whatever I had. So.
Okay, that's good. You take the hair dryer. You blow the hair dryer up your nose too, like the way the congressman said. Oh, this is how you get rid of the coronavirus. You just blow a hair dryer up your nose. Everyone's like, oh, that's great. That's some city council.
A politician said that?
Yeah. He said you just blow a hair dryer up your nose and it's over. Go back to work. But
what if he's right?
Yeah, I mean.
Taiwan, they said take a sip of water every 15 minutes and you wash it down to your stomach, or the stomach will destroy it.
I heard that
okay.
too.
I
honestly heard that.
I would think Bushmills would do a better job, really. You think that? I think take a sip of that take a sip of that every 15 minutes. And then you're,
Take a shot.
you're killing it.
In terms of hand-to-hand combat, what are you prepared to do?
You know, I'll tell you what I usually do in that situation. I'm a very fast runner, so I usually run in the opposite direction of anything like that, and that's pretty much the intention.
You gonna run from your sardines? Someone's coming in saying, Tom, where the fuck are the sardines at? You gotta stand your ground.
You're back into a corner.
No, because I have a bug-out bag. I have a
What
bag
sardines?
of a bug-out bag full of sardines, and also if you want to talk about, I actually have, I'd say I have a healthy supply of food in the trunk of my car as well. So I'm ready to just
Jesus
jet.
Christ, dude.
I'm ready to jet, and so I advise this to anybody who is concerned about burglaries or any of this sort of thing. I grew up in Canada, right? So in Canada, it's there's not as much as far as guns and stuff like that up in Canada. So I find down here in the U.S. like people are so ready to confront like danger. Like if they say, oh yeah, like you go to a gun store and they say, oh, you want a shotgun, because if someone breaks into the house, all you need to do is. And they hear that through the door, and then they go running, And so it's like this idea of confrontation, like
in Canada, what do you do? On the other side of the door, you're just like, "Hey, beat it, bud."
Yeah.
And they say,
"No,
I want those sardines,
hey,
bud."
What the hell are you doing with my sardines there, bud? Get the hell out of here, eh? Yeah, pretty much. And also the person.
Sorry to cut off you.
Well, the person in Canada, the person breaking into your house doesn't have a gun. So then you just, it's a little bit of a different kind of equation. But here...
Well, tell that to OJ's wife.
Yeah.
It still can be a negative experience.
Yeah, no, for sure. I go back to what I sort of started with. Retreat,
Sorry.
I think. Retreat. Yeah, no, run. So I always like to say, have 2 exits from the place that you're sleeping. Two doors. So if you're sleeping in your bedroom, you should have a door, of course. You need a door to get in, first of all. A door to the house, to the main house. And then if you are on the ground floor, a door that goes to the outside. If you're on an upstairs floor, the door to the outside, to the balcony or the window, have a rope ladder so you can get out the other way. So if you hear commotion, and if you hear somebody in your house, the response is not hey, who the hell is there? And now you're in a gunfight, right? You're not gonna win in a fucking gunfight. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, that's great. I hit him in the shoulder. You know, he shot. And now my jaw is hanging from my face. You know. But yeah, I showed him. You know. So
I love the idea that like the dishwasher turning on at night and Tom hitting the fucking rope ladder out of his house.
Oh yeah, rope ladder. I got the fuck out. You know.
What about traps?
I don't take it to that level. I mean, to be honest with you, I have a lot of things though in place here that I don't really want to go into detail on.
You're going like Home Alone style on this. You're gonna set up, like Legos by the windows.
Yeah, you know, bowling
balls on ropes.
Yeah, and you walk through the front door. Yeah, you know, I'll tell you on another subject though. You know, I live here, sort of Los Angeles. So I've been seeing increased military activity in the last 3 days. You know, occasionally I'll see a military helicopter fly by, but not regularly. In the last 3 days, and increasing yesterday, I'm seeing Black Hawk helicopters flying by. I'm seeing Ospreys. You know those Ospreys? They're big,
yeah.
With the big. I'm seeing them fly by all day, every day. They're buzzing my house, and it's definitely a show of force. They're definitely out there trying to show off the hardware to the citizens of this fine city. And I'm kind of thinking that does indicate to me that people are, you know, people that know more about this than we do, or than I do, or than all of us do, you know, are preparing for the worst. And it's scary. It's pretty scary.
Yeah, that is scary. I saw that like videos and shit of like tanks getting brought in through cities on rail, and like spooky stuff.
When you see it every day, like flying by your house, and I'm talking
that's
about,
when you start stocking up. I understand.
You know, and I'm talking it's flying by like right here. Like, I'll show you if you want to see some Los Angeles right now.
Yeah.
This is my house here.
Damn.
So, yeah, right there. Just fly right past here every day. Right here. And this is my Miss Pac-Man machine. And right here. Right there.
What kind of choppers
right
are flying? Double blade?
Black Hawk helicopters and Ospreys every day. Right by the house, buzzing the house. And it's
because they heard about those beans, dude.
Yeah.
The government's coming to. They heard about those sardines. The government, Uncle Sam's coming to take your beans.
Oh my God! If the Black Hawk buzzes my house and then the guys rappel down and they say, "Give me the sardines," I mean, I don't care about anything anymore. That's a great ending to everything, my whole experience on this planet. You know?
You'll go down like Scarface, just with a face full of sardines on your desk.
Man. Hey, you know what? I wanted to say, of course, you know, I don't want to bury the lead here, but man, one of the big bummers about this whole thing is the Skankfest.
I know, man.
Skankfest got canceled or rescheduled. I mean, I was so looking forward to come to Skankfest and hanging out with you guys in Houston.
God damn.
I mean, we've been talking about this and since I met you in New York City last year.
Dude.
You know, and then you were nice enough to invite me to that. You know, we had a good time in New York, though. You know, it was fun. And then,
dude, well, you're such a fucking great hang, and it's crazy because a lot of these dudes like you that are like, you know, celebrities, like you can be real cunts, but you're the fucking man.
Yeah, I know. I've met all those guys. You know,
they stink.
Yeah, I know all those fucking guys.
They really they do suck. It's crazy.
Yeah, but I don't really know. I don't know why people get like that, but I think people. Sometimes, not everybody's like that, though. I think it's just there are a lot of people like that in general. But I'm glad that you don't think I'm, you know, that I'm a cunt.
No, you're the fucking man.
As you put it. But yeah, cause like yeah, that was gonna be fun. I mean, I was really looking forward to just hanging with you guys. And are they gonna reschedule it or
yeah,
what?
I think. Well, see, they very optimistically rescheduled it for September. So I know you're not going to be there. The virus,
Well, well, let's see how this goes. I mean, I really hope that that you know we can
I
get
think they
back
said
out.
September. I could be wrong about that, but
I
it's
want-
also like they were Lewis was like almost adamant about trying to keep it going, and like right when he said like unless the city shuts it down, I'm still doing it. Right after South by Southwest canceled, and I was talking to him like, bro, you might want to cancel this thing.
Yeah.
this is a bad idea right now.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine it must have been kind of a tough decision because it's one of those things where at first, you know, nobody really knew
Yeah.
how bad it was going to be, and you know, kind of every day you're thinking, okay, we have to cancel this, and all of a sudden it must have become undeniable at some point. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I'm definitely there as soon as you schedule it, as long as this pandemic's died down. I'm sure they won't be able to do it until it's safe anyway. So we'll make it happen.
Did you last time I saw you, you had a beard. Did you shave your beard because of the pandemic?
Yeah, because the beard.
I heard about that.
I haven't shaved my beard in probably about like 10 years, and the last time I shaved it, I shaved it, and then I immediately began growing it back. Every once in a while, like every decade or so, I like to just shave it to, kind of air out or whatever. I think once every 10 years. But it wasn't just because I believe that it's a place that viruses can live, because I don't really think that's necessarily the case. It's just more like I'm home alone. I was suffering from extreme boredom. This is what's weird about this. Okay, so I'm not married. I don't have kids. I'm currently between relationships, meaning I'm not in one. I'm assuming I'll be in another one day, so I'm between them. So I'm kind of actually, I wasn't intending to spend 3 months in my house by myself. I was gonna go up to Canada, and my family's up there, and my parents and my brother are up there. But I thought, well, I'll stay in my house. This will be a few weeks, and do some podcasting. I'll make some hip hop beats and eat some sardines. But all of a sudden, it sort of occurs to me that this is going to be a 3-month or so ordeal, and I'm here for 3 months in the house by myself, and I'm realizing this is definitely a unique experience that I'm about to go through here. I'm not going outside. I really am not. I mean, I'm going outside in my deck here, but I'm not going to the grocery store anymore. I'm done with that. The last time I went to the grocery store was about 8 days ago, and it was sort of my last real. It was like a military operation.
Yeah, you feel like my friend said it feels like you're like deep diving in the ocean. Like we gotta get what we got and get the fuck out of here.
Did you hold your breath?
It's like that grocery store game show where they got to get as much food as fast as they can. Except, if you lose, you die. I wore an army jacket. I brought my.
I hope it stays like this forever.
I did.
Nobody
I did actually
breathe around each other, touch each other.
Yeah. I wore an army jacket. I usually have my army jacket on, but this morning I'm just kind of not quite, fully up yet.
There it is.
Getting ready
It's
for the
good
day.
to dress in military garb and time to run.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for anything. I've got Black Hawk helicopters buzzing the house. But when I went to the grocery store, I had my Lysol and I had some Purell, and I went in and I sprayed the handle of the grocery cart, the Lysol, washed it down, and then I quickly did what I had to do. But I'll tell you, it was. Have you been to a grocery store? Well, it's not too crazy where you are right now, so people are probably living sort of business as usual out there right now.
To some extent, they did put out like those Lysol wipes by the carts. So right when you take your cart, you just wipe it down.
But are all the for sure. Are all the restaurants closed?
Yeah, but they closed late. They closed like 3 days ago here.
So everything is closed now, though. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people know that something is happening in South Carolina.
Yeah, and all the toilet paper's gone as well.
Yeah.
In the grocery store.
I've got a theory about that as well. See, toilet paper takes up a lot of space on the shelf. It's big. So when this initial, people say, why is all the toilet paper gone? Or why are people more concerned about wiping their ass than eating? You know. And I realized what it was. As soon as everybody went to the grocery store at once, everybody who went to the grocery store bought one thing of toilet paper in that first week. Toilet paper there, as you would think, because it's big. So, you know, just a normal amount of toilet paper takes up an entire aisle. So now all of a sudden the aisle is completely empty because everybody just grabbed one full of toilet paper. This is on the first day. The second day, people go, there's no toilet paper. They see this long empty shelf. Visually on the internet, that looks scary. A huge empty shelf. There's no toilet paper. So now everyone says, you have to get toilet paper. You have to get toilet paper. On the internet, you have to get toilet paper. So now there's a run on something there never really had to be a run on, and now we're never going to have any toilet paper again. I don't know. I don't know for. I have enough for a little while, but I do need to get some more of that. So I don't know how I'm going to do that. I don't know how I'm going to.
Here's what you do. Every once in a while, if you can tell it's a clean dump, hop in the shower, Tom.
Yep.
Right, yeah.
Save that toilet paper. Wipe your ass in the shower.
Yeah, that's true. Or you could actually just take a shit in the shower too. Just save the.
Not a bad idea.
And mash
Just
it
right
down,
there.
dude.
Yeah, just do it
Right
right there
through
in
the
the
meat
shower.
grater.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you listen? You know, are you feeling any sense of? I mean, I'm sure you are. I am. As stand-ups, we get up on stage every night.
Yeah, it sucks.
Isn't it weird to not be able to get that out of your system every night?
Yeah, that was kind of my entire self-worth.
Yeah.
So now, yeah.
And it's sort of just physically and emotionally, you get a daily physical adrenaline rush from it.
Yeah.
You get an emotional catharsis from it. And now with that absent in our lives, it's got to be strange. How are you feeling with that? What are you replacing that with? And
drinking and no, podcasting helps.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like that's why I started doing my podcast again. Every day, I want you to come on the call into the podcast this week.
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
Yeah, it'd be great. Today I just posted Andrew Dice Clay, actually. So who's a good friend of mine, and you know Dice. So he's up every day. Actually today, that was yesterday. Today I put up one of the founders of the Bare Naked Ladies, Stephen Cage. I had Chris Angel on this week.
Yes.
Dr. Drew called in and we talked about medical sort of outlook of this he sort of dissected what's going on a little bit for me. Dr. Drew made me feel better about things, but I worry that I still worry that it might not be as easy as he made it sound to me. So, I do want to have Dr. Drew to call back onto the show because he's a friend of mine. I kind of want to ask him some more follow-up questions.
Wasn't he early on kind of like a bit of a? He was saying everybody was being kind of alarmists about this.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have been doing that in the beginning, and I think we're still in the beginning. And I think people are starting to realize that maybe this is worse than the flu. There's definitely a strong contingency of people online who debate that, and I understand that. You can read anything and you can believe anything you want, and people today on the internet, myself included, like to question authority and like to question the rules, and it's fun reading conspiracy theories, and hell, some of them might be true, but I look at it like this. If you're going to be wrong about something, don't be wrong about this one. I mean, you can't really decide, hey, it's just the flu. I'm going to go out and live my normal life. You can't take my freedom away. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. And then, oops, I was wrong, dead. I'd rather be over prepared and have too much rice, too many cans of sardines, and realized I overreacted. And then the big downside of that is I've got I'm eating tuna and out of a can for the next 6 years or whatever. But so I'm just saying I think it's probably better in this one just to kind of err on the side of caution and just to assume that maybe what they're saying is actually right.
Yeah, I think
it
so.
would suck to be wrong. It would suck to be like, fuck that, and then die.
I know. Well, that's the thing.
Wasn't
like,
worth it. Wasn't worth it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, dude, if I took this thing lightly, I would go home to my family
Yeah.
and just kill them all.
Yeah, absolutely. Just do it. Exactly. My
Like
parents
my
are
parents, yeah.
in their 70s. They're isolated up at their place in
And I
Canada.
can't, Tom, give me some advice here. I'm at the beach. I'm just renting houses for like weeks or 2 at a time.
That's
But I
must be
don't
nice.
want to. Well, I'm just gonna run out soon. But it's
Yeah,
like,
you're burning through cash there, huh?
yeah, whatever.
Don't
Okay.
leave.
You could probably, I don't know.
Can't go back. It's either this or go back to fucking my shitty apartment.
They
in
couldn't
New York
evict you.
City.
They can't evict you right now.
I
Well,
bet they can.
Bunker down,
I mean,
dude.
do you? I mean, I'm not joking. I'm sort of kidding around because I don't expect that you will take this advice, but maybe you would. Do you like camping? Do you like camping?
Not that much.
Yeah. If you like, if
You think you're going in the woods for a while?
if you really like camping, you could go get a really nice tent. You can get, for like the cost of renting a house for 1 day, you could probably go get the nicest, most luxurious hipster tent, doomsday tent. And you could go out to the Ozarks or something and set up this beautiful tent and have the trunk of your car full of supplies. You could probably just kick back there for until this whole thing's over.
I could
rod.
get a cabin in like Montana, like a small shed, and start mailing bombs.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't joke around about that though. They'll come and get you just for kidding around about that. I was watching the Ted Kaczynski. Don't do. Maybe clarify that you're just joking, real quick.
bombs?
Yeah. Or maybe
Not
even
mailing
edit that.
pipe bombs?
Or elder statesman here. Maybe even just edit that part out. Shane. I don't know. I would.
You can josh about bombs as long as you're not on an airplane.
josh
It's free to
about
josh
bombs.
about bombs.
Okay, I don't know. I get nervous about these sorts of things. Joking about these types of things. But
Like mailing
But,
powder and stuff.
yeah, I just think I'd rather joke about sardines.
Yeah, that's fair.
You got helicopters around you. I wouldn't be running my yap if I.
Yeah, I would talk. I would not be talking shit.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, no, I just want you to be careful because during times like this, people do react strongly to that kind of stuff. I wouldn't want you guys to get in trouble.
Bomb talk.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I really am making an effort right now, and I think we all should to really look out for our friends. I'm on the phone all day with my friends because I can't hang out with my friends, and I have no social experience other than doing my podcast and doing this and calling my friends on the phone. And so I get on the phone. I talk to my friends every day for a couple hours in the evening and kind of talk about serious stuff, like what we're doing to, like you said, make sure that we know how to get our stuff into the house without getting sick or make, there's a lot of weird little rules to this. The virus can live on cardboard for 24 hours, plastic for 2 days, and stainless steel for 3 days, supposedly. But then I hear that they just found on one of those Princess cruise lines, they found living virus on the boat that has been there for 17 days. So I don't know if this is internet fear mongering, but it's got me nervous. I don't really want to touch anything. So
How do you think this is going to? And we have 3 minutes left to Zoom with 3 people, unless you upgrade, boots you out after like an hour.
Okay, this is good. I mean, this is good. Let's sum it up here because
here's a question. How do you think this is going to affect people mentally, or what do you think this is going to make people change things about themselves after this is all said and done?
Yeah, I guess an optimistic outlook would be, and what I really hope happens is I actually think that, I mean, I do think some good could come from this. I really do think some good could come from this. You know, we're all locked in our homes and thinking about, I think people are going to think about the world differently, first of all. You know, like this virus was in China a few weeks ago, and now it's here. That really makes the world seem like a smaller place to people that aren't used to traveling around the world. I mean, I know with my touring, I've been to China. I was in China, you know, a year ago doing stand-up. It's been more than 14 days, but since I was there. But you know, so I know you can get on a plane in the morning and be eating lunch in Shanghai the next day. A lot of people I don't think like that, so I don't think they think about pollution or the way we think about the healthcare system. It's everything is connected. You drive past homeless people and you see them living in tents on the street, you think, oh, well, I don't need to worry about them. But now maybe people might start to think we should worry about them. We should look after everybody because they get sick, I'm going to get sick, everyone's going to get sick. Let's have a healthy society. Let's look after our environment, and let's talk to each other more and look out for each other more. So hopefully that'll be a positive result.
Oh yeah, man. Thanks a lot for doing this, bro.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
really
man.
appreciate it.
Skankfest 2020. Hopefully not 2021. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't wait to come hang out with you guys in person again and do some more stand up there.
Cool,
in New York
man.
with you, Shane. Awesome, man.
Hit you
for
up
having me
soon.
on.
Thanks a lot for doing this.
Yeah,
This
thank
is
you.
great.
Peace. Thanks,
Awesome.
everyone. Bye.